on Friday.
Gotta love it.
We'll talk all about that here tonight on the show here at Chick-fil-A of Huntsville. Joining us first is the El Presidente from the Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club. Y'all give it up for Mr. Billy Coffin. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Glad you are back, sir. Well, big week this week, Billy. Homecoming, lots of stuff y'all got going on. You got it.
We're covered up with stuff. Matter of fact, we're going to start out with the homecoming parade on the 17th. We're going to have the varsity boys on a float, and we're going to haul them around, let them throw some candy, and hope they don't throw an arm out or something in the process, or
you heard that,
fall
Austin?
off the trailer. So, and then we're going to move in. We're going to have a tailgate Friday night. We're going to start that at 4 and end it, just straight up 6 o'clock. It's over. But we're going to have 5 different food trucks there at the parking lot of the stadium. So, come on out, fellowship, have a good time, get something good to eat. The food's not allowed in the stadium, so you're going to have to eat it out there in the parking lot. But then after that, the concession stand's still open, so, make yourself sick on popcorn and hot dogs or whatever you have in there. So, but yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on, and hopefully by Friday, the weather's going to start getting a little cooler, and we're going to have some awesome hoodies for sale if they come in on time. We've partnered up with Advantage Specialties, and they have designed just some, out of sight, beautiful, really cool hoodies for us to, sell. So we're looking forward to that. And, with everything going on, we also have our Friday night giveaway.
Yes.
Gensel Heating and Air. The theme this time is Light Up the Night with Hornet Pride or something like that, whatever the girls told me to say. So they made notes. I swear to God, they made notes. But no, Gensel Heating and Air, they're giving away, I know people in radio land, y'all can't see them, but we got these really cool little bracelets. They light up. They're like LED strobe, so are to look really cool in the stands when our Hornets are going into the end zone. So
can that light up right now? We got a video
I took the
audience
batteries
as well.
out of this one.
Oh.
So.
Convenient.
Convenient, yeah. Well,
Convenient.
I stepped on it before we got started. So.
That'll do it.
So, but no, other than that, we just busy week, a lot of stuff going on. So, look forward to being out there. And, of course, our Spirit store will be open before the game. And
talk about what y'all got for sale in that Spirit store for someone who may be tuning in for the first time.
Oh, we got your T-shirts, hats. Hats are a big thing,
Yes.
Oh, yeah, everyone, you got to have a good hat, So I don't care if you got good hair or bad hair. You got to have a good hat. So come on down, buy a half dozen of those. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get in trouble if I don't mention this. We also have a bunch of the Dave Campbell's magazines, and apparently those are collector's items because we're in them. So, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very
real nice. Those look good on end tables, coffee tables, beside the commode, wherever you want them to be. Just get one, set it up. Matter of fact, I think we got a deal. If you buy a dozen, we'll charge you for a dozen. So, yeah, it's a really good deal.
Good.
You can't beat that.
No, not with a stick. So, yeah.
No.
Good reading material.
Good reading material.
They do very good work over there. So,
Yeah.
Any other just notes for the homecoming parade on Thursday? Obviously, I know this town loves their parades, but
We do love a good parade.
Yes, we do.
we do.
Yes, we do. But all fine and dandy on that front.
I believe so, yeah.
All right.
Be on the lookout for the varsity float.
Yes.
That'll be the one with the big guys chunking the candy 150 miles an hour. So, yeah.
Or the quarterback lining up and throwing that.
We don't want them to throw his arm
No,
out.
we don't. No, we don't. We need
No.
it.
Lay off the candy, Austin Taylor.
Both ways, in the arm
Well,
and the mouth.
yeah, we got to think about this because this is our varsity team, so I'm sure they're probably going to consume more candy than they're going to throw. So,
We'll see. All right.
so if Coach Southern's mad at me on Friday, it's probably because we had some that overdid it on the candy.
Well,
So,
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, as always, just to close this out, where can people find you on social media? And y'all's booster meetings are here at Chick-fil-A.
They are. We meet here every Monday. We're not meeting next Monday, but we're here every Monday, 6 p.m. You can come in, sit down, find out what's really going on behind the scenes, be a part of it. So, and then Huntsville Hornet Athletics, we're the Facebook page. It's not the Facebook page, you know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
yeah, there's 2 of them out there, so just join both of them. It's safer that way.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
there you go. Brian?
Well, I was just going to say, we appreciate everything you guys do. And just, like the food trucks and just all of that stuff there is awesome.
It's going to be a neat deal.
That is
Yeah.
very cool, and we thank you.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna come early on Friday and come hang out with you guys.
There you
Enjoy
go.
some good
We'll
food
be
with
there.
y'all.
We will be there.
We will be there. All right, y'all give it up for Billy Coffin. All right, after this quick message from KSAM, joining us next in our coaches spotlight will be the boys coordinator at Mance Park Middle School, Stephen Carafa. He is next on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show.
Join us Thursdays on KSAM at 8:20 a.m. as Huntsville Memorial Hospital brings you the Thursday Morning House Call with Dr. Lane Aina. Dr. Aina will have timely health medical news and information.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so go talk to your doctor. Could you be due for a mammogram? Remember, early detection is key, so if you're due, don't put it off. Talk to your doctor today.
That's the Thursday Morning House Call with Dr. Lane Aina, brought to you by Huntsville Memorial Hospital. It's your health, our community, our commitment.
Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show. I'm Carlos Zimmerman, with me, Brian Adams. Before we introduce our next guest, I want to let you know we got our hopper here, as we like to call it. We have 2 prizes to give away tonight, 2 prizes. First thing that we'll give away tonight is, again, our red, white, and blue t-shirt that we partnered up with Chick-fil-a that is giving away at the end of the season game coming up on November the 8th. Yes, my dates are all mixed up and whatever, but we'll give one of those shirts away. And then lastly, we will give away the best seats in the house on Friday night for the homecoming game against Dayton. It is 2 seat-back seat tickets, reserved spots at the ball game on Friday. We'll give that away at the end of the show as well. So get your name in the hopper here, and we will make it happen for you at the end of the show. All right, here in our coaches spotlight is the boys coordinator at Mance Park Middle School. He wears a lot of different hats. I did a little research on him today. He wears a lot of different hats over there. Y'all give it up for Coach Stephen Carafa. Thank you. Coach, how are you, sir?
Doing pretty well. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. Glad to have you here. So how long you been here in Huntsville?
I moved here in 2018 from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Wow. So 6 years you've been donning the green and white.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. We don't hear a whole lot about what's happening at Mance Park on this show. This is such a unique opportunity that we get to talk about the happenings at Mance Park because it's the future Hornets. I mean, the Hornets now, but even future Huntsville Hornets at the high school level. So just talk a little bit about what's happening on over there. You're the boys coordinator at Mance Park.
Well, right now, I'm really excited about our 8th grade football team. They're 5-1 right now. We have 1 game left against SFA. It's almost like a 3-way tie. Brendan beat us by 5 points. We beat Wellborn by 3 points, but Wellborn beat Brendan by 4 points. So it's going to be next week's going to be a very critical game. So, but like I said, the 8th grade, what I'm really excited about is the O-line. They're very big kids, very big. They weren't too successful at 7th grade, but how much they have learned and grown is tremendous. So they are something to be looking forward to.
Boy, that is really good news.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Coach, being the boys coordinator at Mance Park, if you could tell the audience what goes into that, and what is like a daily routine for you?
Ooh, daily routine, long days.
That's coach's life, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, I get to Mance Park anywhere between 5:30, 6 a.m. Do a little coaching work, then do my classroom duties throughout the day, go into athletic periods twice for 7th grade and 8th grade. Then after, we got practice till about 5:45. And then I usually, if it's a game day, I'll be home about 11, 12 o'clock. But practice day, I should be home about 9 o'clock, somewhere around there, with all the laundry duties and stuff I have to take care of.
Absolutely.
Man, that's a lot.
It's not all that. It's a lot. It is. But I have great coaches coaching with me. They're great guys. They help me out a lot, so I have them to thank for. So
awesome.
That's actually a great segue. I wanted you to talk more about your staff that you have over there at Mance Park and just the impact that they have on your kids.
Huge impact. There's 2 coaches that really are able to communicate very well with the kids, Coach Joyner and Coach Banks. They do an amazing job with the kids. They really help me out tremendously throughout the day, and everything I need, they really step up and help me out a lot. So the success we have at Mance Park, it couldn't be without those guys.
It's one thing to bring up the next generation of Hornets on the field, but it's also a big thing in the classroom as well. Are you involved in the classroom and everywhere, or are you more on just the athletic side?
I'm involved in the classroom as much as I can. I usually get, I get a lot of emails, phone calls from teachers, administration throughout the day. I mean, they're 13-year-old boys, so it's not always going to be rainbows and sunshine. But I talk to their teachers. We do. I make sure that they get in for some study time and all that stuff. I try to tell the kids that they are student athletes first, and the athletic part will come second.
Absolutely.
So their grades are more important right now at this age.
And from what I read on the HornetNation.info, you also coach basketball and track at Mance Park. Is that correct?
Well, I'll be honest, I should not be on the basketball court. I'm a terrible basketball coach. I actually was coaching that for 2 years until I fired myself from that. I have no idea what's going on the court. So, but I do coach track as well and soccer. So soccer, I'm still learning. I mean, it's a lot more than just kick the ball in the goal, apparently. But I'm really big on track as well as football. So just not basketball.
Not basketball.
Nope.
Not the hardwood. Gotcha. BA?
So, Coach, you kind of told us a little bit how the season's going so far, but if you could maybe add to that a little bit, has anything maybe surprised you, not surprised you, or what are your thoughts on the season so far?
We've been pretty successful. Compared to these kids when they were 7th graders and how much we've taught them and how much they've learned, how much they've grown, they've really stepped up. They only won 3-4 games last year, and now we're 5-1, 3-way tie for first place. So just watching them grow has been amazing.
That's got to be something that you take a lot of pride in.
Yes. Watching them learn and grow, being out there every day. So, I mean, we have a tremendous amount of kids we have about 60, 65 kids per 7th grade and 8th grade. So it's a lot of kids, and just watching all of them grow and getting them to the next level is rewarding.
If I could ask this maybe one more thing, since you have this new beautiful stadium at the high school, and you got those kids at Mance Park, did you guys get more kids into your football program this year? About the same, or what was it? Did the stadium have anything to do with that at all?
As of right now, it's still about the same. We start off with maybe about 40, 50 kids wanting to come out, and then we go up throughout the schools, start talking to kids, start recruiting and getting them out. And then, so it really has been about the same. Hasn't really noticed any change.
Okay.
What does it mean for you, Coach, for you and your family just to be here in Huntsville on a personal note?
I love Huntsville. I love the community. I love the small town atmosphere. I've had chances to leave, but I'm not going to. I just really love it here in Huntsville. I love the community.
Absolutely, absolutely. You mentioned that you're really high on this 8th grade team. Are there any names that me and Brian need to keep on our mind as they get ready to come to the high school level?
Yes, there are 2 that are in my mind right now, and that's Bryson Johnson. He's on our defense. He's a running back, very powerful kid. And then our O-line guy, Divine Otoya, he's got to be about 6'1". Wow. He is massive.
As an 8th grader.
As an 8th grader, he is a massive kid.
So. Well, that's good news, actually.
Where is he on the O-line? Is he blindside? Is he?
We have him just at tackle. We've been mixing him in about different areas. So.
Well, either where he's 6'1" as an 8th grader, he's going to land somewhere good in the varsity roster.
He's a very big kid. We've had a lot of good athletes come from Mance Park going into the high school, and I mean, as you can see, the success they're having at the high school, and we've had all that success here at the middle school. So, and it's just the talent is there.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Boy, that is good news for the future.
I mean, there's one of them right now, Zay Adolph, who's lighting it up on the varsity level.
He was a tremendous athlete for us. He was good on the field. He's good inside the classroom. He's a humble kid. He's a great kid to coach. He's very coachable. Especially on the field. I mean, we won all of our games when we won district with his help. So,
you know, that still just absolutely blows my mind.
Yeah.
You know, 14-year-old freshman playing at the level he's playing at on the varsity team just doesn't happen very often, if ever.
No, very, very rare do you see a freshman starting or playing on varsity at all. And to see that it's really amazing. And to know that I helped that kid just a little bit. I mean, he was already athletic before he got to me, but at least I can say I helped him just a tad bit to get him to that next level.
Outstanding.
Absolutely. So, remind me again who y'all play this week in your last game?
SFA.
SFA. When is that ball game?
That's going to be next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
For 8th grade.
At home?
I believe so, yes.
At home. So, folks, get on over to Mance Park. And to y'all play at Huntsville ISD as well.
Yeah, we play at the high school.
So get to HISD Stadium and go watch the future Hornets. Absolutely. So, Coach, on behalf of Chick-fil-A and us here at KSAM, this is a token of their appreciation for everything that you do, and we just thank you so much for what you do on a regular basis, and good luck next Tuesday.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you,
Y'all
man.
give it up for Coach Carafa joining us tonight. All right, we'll step aside and take a break. More to come here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show after this.
There's nothing sweeter than a baby's giggle. Fill your Wednesdays and smiles for miles at toddler time from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. at Chick-fil-A of Huntsville. Bring your 2 to 5-year-olds for crafts and guest appearances. It's toddler time every Wednesday morning at 9:30 only at Chick-fil-A Huntsville. Find out more on the Chick-fil-A of Huntsville Facebook page or through the events calendar on the Chick-fil-A Huntsville website. See you there.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show, live at Chick-fil-A of Huntsville. Wow, we have gotten a lot of entries in our hopper here today for the seat back seat tickets. Keep them coming, guys. Come on, we are at the halfway point of the show. You still got plenty of time to get your name in the hat for one of our shirts that we're giving away tonight, as well as 2 seat back seat tickets to the ball game on Friday against Dayton. All right, joining us now in our Teachers Spotlight, y'all give it up here for my man Lawrence, Tony Cherry. Y'all come on.
Thank you.
Mr. Cherry, how are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing very well. Glad you're here. So, I know you as our sound guy at Huntsville ISD Stadium on Friday nights, but you also teach.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
about that a good bit.
I teach. I'm a CT business teacher, so I teach business classes, and I also do a little bit of audio-video production work with the school, with the district and with the students. In fact, we started an AV club last year,
Awesome.
And we're looking to push forward to some audio-video curriculum for CT students in Huntsville High School. So
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
We know a thing or two about audio video.
a little bit.
Yeah. But so you're at the high school.
Yes, sir.
So just what intrigued you so much about teaching to dive into that profession?
I actually kind of started with Coach Carafa in BSC at Mance Park, and it's been I can't look back. I got started and I can't look back. So the opportunity came for me to move up and do some work at the high school. I had to grab the opportunity, and I think I'm stuck here now. So I love it. Yeah, it's a great opportunity.
BA?
Coach, if you could, just talk about the planning every day of your lessons and everything that goes into, because I know it's a lot, but if you could tell the audience, that'd be great.
Well, let's see. So I basically have this thing about reaching kids, and I kind of want to teach them I know that if I can grab their attention, if I can get them to find something they're interested in, that's something that will keep their attention and help them focus on their grades and stuff like this, and like the AV club and athletics and stuff like that helps to keep them out of trouble and keeps them on a positive track. And I just want them to realize I have a rule when you come in my classroom as my CT business class that you come in business-minded, and I try to push for them to take what I can teach them to any class or any sport and anything that they do. As long as they put, they're all into it, there's nothing that they can't reach, So I try to instill as much positivity in these kids as possible, because we don't live in a very positive world right now. But as long as I can get them to think highly of themselves and show them their capabilities of themselves, some kids just need a little nudge in the right direction, and I think it can make a difference in their life in the future.
Absolutely.
Man, that is big. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for that.
Absolutely.
So talk a little bit more about CT business and what goes into those classes.
Oh, man, there's so much going on. As a matter of fact, I just got back from a convention in Kalahari, in Round Rock, outside of Austin, for a BPA convention. It's one of the clubs. Ms. Carpenter is actually the head administrator for that. And I've been blessed to be a part of that. And last year we got to go to the national competition. My kids did great, regional, and we're hoping to make it to nationals this year. We just got so many talented kids, not just on the field or on the court, but in the classroom. We have some really, really talented kids. So that inspired me to get involved more. And also outside of business, I've also been like an advisor for or I try to help out Ms. Small, who actually does the FCCLA, or the Taffy Club. And they actually made it to nationals this summer, and we got to spend like the better part of a week in D.C. with the national competition.
Oh, very cool.
Got to see all the historic stuff. Some kids never even been on a flight or even out of town, so you get to go somewhere as monumental as that in our country. And it's a great experience that I'm sure they'll never forget, and I'll never forget. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where do you see the payoff in your day-to-day whenever you're interacting with these students? What's the payoff for you?
Payoff for me is when they walk across that stage of graduation. You know, a lot of kids don't have the strong background at home as some of us are blessed with, and so a lot of them don't know how high they can reach themselves, and so until they get into practice of doing things and realize they can do it, and there's no limit to that. So when you see kids starting to pick up stuff and do things on their own, become more independent and beginning to be more successful for themselves, it's something that a paycheck can't just bring,
awesome.
There's something about that.
You know, Coach Carafa said it a while ago, and you have to feel it too. That's got to be a big feeling for you.
Absolutely.
To take these kids and give them the mentorship, the opportunities.
All right.
I mean, that's incredible, man.
All right. Absolutely.
Tony, what is one of the biggest memories from your time teaching?
Like I said, the DC trip was awesome. Teaching these kids, let them having the first time. Okay, let's go back to opening the new stadium last year. I was allowed to bring some of my AV club kids in and do interviews with people going to the game. And, oh, man, they love it. Getting behind the camera, running audio, shooting things like an actual production team, and coming back and putting their stuff together themselves, and then being able to see their work is they love it, and it's just
Boy, their self-esteem and confidence has got to be just through the roof when they see their efforts of their hard work.
Yes, sir.
So on that Taffy trip, if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, Trayvon Johnson was one of those on the trip, as well as Chelsea Butler.
They placed third place in nationals.
That's right,
year.
and
Yes,
I know Trayvon is a Smith-Hudson scholar
Absolutely.
at Sam Houston.
Yes, sir.
And of course, Chelsea's playing volleyball
Yes,
for
sir.
Sam Houston, but also a great student in her own right.
They are amazing people. They're just amazing people in general. Getting to spend that time with them is invaluable because I didn't get to work with them a whole lot during their school years, but going on that trip with them, they got a great future ahead of them. You're talking about some great students, and there's more coming behind them. So.
Absolutely. And like I said at the top of the segment, you are the guy that handles all the sound in the stadium and stuff like that. Just talk about that experience. I mean, you control how people either hear or don't hear what's going on outside.
There's a lot of responsibility in that, and when you blessed to be in a position to work under somebody like Coach Southern, it's an opportunity that I can't take for granted. Sound is something I'd love to do. I've done it since I was little. I've been in my church. I've done it in my church for over 30 years. And so be able to take that. And when we get out there on Friday night lights and you see the lights going crazy and the sound, the kids are coming out of the tunnel and everybody's like that last game. We could feel it on the third floor when the crowd was shaking the stadium and everybody was so into it.
Man, that was unbelievable.
Just to be a part of that is unbelievable.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Well, Tony, on behalf of Chick-fil-A, this is their token of appreciation for everything you do for our students.
Thank you very much.
So
I appreciate that.
we thank you so much. And
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you on Friday.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
see you
sir.
Friday.
Y'all good up for Tony Cherry. All right, we'll step aside and take a break. Now we will pivot to the Players Spotlight. Starting off first, who should I go with? I'll go with our first-timer, Mr. Jabari Washington, senior wide receiver, is next on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show. Taylor in trouble, fires, caught. Washington at the 35. Makes a nice spin move at the 45 to the 50, 45 to the 40. Wow, putting a bear on skates is Jabari Washington. First down.
What a move by Jabari Washington. And what a great throw by Austin Taylor. Washington makes a couple of moves, busts loose, ball's in Montgomery territory.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey there, racing fans. It's Kathy Martindale. Racing Country is now moving to a new time on 101.7 KSAM. Beginning November 2nd, join us Saturday afternoons at 3 o'clock for today's best country and interviews with your favorite drivers and behind-the-scenes stories. Don't miss out. Shift gears and get ready for the fastest 2 hours on the radio. Racing Country, Saturday afternoons at 3, beginning November 2nd on 101.7 KSAM.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show. As we continue along here tonight, keep those names coming into our hopper, folks. I got a lot of names to choose from tonight to get our shirt and the tickets as well. I want to give a couple shout-outs real quick, of course. Our good friends from the team, Austin Taylor, James Coughlin, hanging out with us tonight. What's up, fellas? Glad y'all are here. As well as a certain person I was not expecting to show up to the show tonight is our former executive producer, Jordan Smith. He was the man behind all the madness, if you will, here, so y'all give it up for him. He did a lot of great work for us. Glad to have him tonight. He's now y'all can give it up for this, too. He is now the official full-time voice of Rice women's basketball down in Houston, so congrats, buddy.
Awesome.
Glad you got that opportunity. Thanks for abandoning us for that. So, all right, joining us now in our Players Spotlight, y'all give a big round of applause for senior wide receiver, first-time guest, Jabari Washington. Jabari, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. Glad to have you here. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is your first full season of varsity football, if I'm not mistaken, if that's correct. Either way, how is it? How's it going?
It's good. It's just back. I mean, it's just good to be back on the field with my guys that I started high school with.
That's good.
Jabari, how tall are you?
6'4.5".
Oof.
Oh, boy.
That's a tall man.
You got to love that if you're the quarterback. Huh.
Just lay it up there, and it's in your hands. And there was a lot of that on Friday Night BA.
Yeah, there was. And, man, what a performance you had. So let's talk about it. Friday night, you were the leading receiver with 4 catches for 93 yards. How was the feeling on the field once you got comfortable with Montgomery in the secondary?
I ain't gonna lie. It was just like, it's go time. And once I realized they couldn't stop me, me and Austin just had that connection, and we just started taking over.
You realize at 6'4.5" and your athletic skills, nobody's going to be able to stop you. That is exciting for us old dudes up in the radio booth, I can promise you.
Or the bleachers on Friday.
Or the bleachers, yeah, whatever it is.
But so I know you're also a basketball player. I mean, yeah, the 6'4" helps you out with that one too. But how much do you lean on that background to help you on the football field and vice versa?
The most thing I lean on from basketball is just being able to out-jump everybody. I mean, it's, in my opinion, I don't think nobody in Texas can jump with me. That's just how I feel about it, though.
That's a tall order. What's your? Do you know your vertical? Not yet, but it's up there.
But that's the right attitude. I mean, you got to have it.
Probably the biggest highlight, and you heard it there just a few moments ago, that spin move, the spin cycle you put on those 2 Montgomery defenders. It was an interesting play because Austin had the pressure coming at him, and he just lobbed it to you. Did just instinct take over at that point? Or did the spin where you were going to spin?
I was just running, and it just happened. And I just realized I wasn't down, so I kept running.
There you go. I mean, it blew me away.
Oh, it was awesome.
Like,
yeah.
you made it look like it was just came from you. That's awesome. B.A.?
So looking ahead to Dayton, what have you seen from them so far in film or things like that? How's their secondary? Have you seen anything?
Parham said they physical, but, I mean, he tell us that every week, which a coach is supposed to do.
Sure.
But I feel like receiving core-wise, they don't stand a chance.
Man, I love that.
Love to hear
confidence.
That. Getting to be out, you said at the top of this segment, getting to be out there with the guys you started high school with. You went away for a little bit, now you're back. Guys like Savion, Hunter, and now Marcus joining the receiving corps, Josh Stanley, all those guys. Just, do you feel like y'all haven't missed a beat?
Nah, not really. I feel like we just started where we left off from freshman year. I didn't really get to play with Savion because he got moved up to JV early. But like you said last week, we played together in Little League, so it's like we know what each other can do. So
that's all you can do at the end of the day. Talk about that chemistry that you guys are able to build together in that receiving core.
We all goofy guys, so it's like we all just come together, joke, but when it's time to work, we work.
Now, I know this. When you came, when I saw you make the roster and I found out, I was like, oh, this is a 6'4" receiver. And I was like, Austin's going to be very happy about this. Just talk about that relationship, being able to mold with your quarterback.
The first few games I was nervous, as y'all seen, dropping balls, But last week it's like a switch flip. Now I'm just in that mode.
Mm-hmm. So, Jabari, let me ask you this. What do you hope personally to accomplish at season's end? Boy, that is it.
State championship.
See that camera?
There you go.
Why not us?
Why not us?
That's good.
Love it.
Let me ask you this. What's it like to just be a taller person in general? Because I'm 5'9", so I'm pretty low to the ground. But what's it like just to be able to just, for lack of a better term, hover over everybody?
It's pretty funny. I crack a lot of jokes to the smaller people. But, other than that, it's just I'm pretty normal like everybody else. I'm just bigger than the rest.
There you go. Low ceilings probably aren't your friend.
But small cars.
Well, because I know at Paul Bowen, there's those 2 rooms that lead to the gym, and they're really low ceilings. So it is what it is at the end of the day. Let's talk about that basketball coming up. I know you're football mode right now, and you will be that till season's end. But basketball, lots of excitement going up there. Just what are you looking forward to in the basketball season?
Savion gonna kill me. He told me not to say this, but I got a couple of my guys coming back with me, so we plan to make a big run this season.
There you go. That's going to be fun. We'll have those ball games for you during district play here on the KSAM YouTube channel as well. All right, since you are a first-timer, I like to do this with our first-time guests. Here's some rapid fire that is going to come your way. We'll start easy. What do you want to do for your career once sports is over?
Go to college.
Okay.
College. If college don't work out, I want to become an entrepreneur.
Okay. What in college? What major are you leaning towards right now?
If not entrepreneur, for sure, though, I'll definitely go the kinesiology route.
Okay. What interests you about that?
Just being around the game.
There you go.
Do you think you want to be a coach one day?
Trying to be like that man right there.
There you go.
Well, that's a good example to follow.
For the radio audience, he pointed to Coach Southern. What do you do in your free time? Just when you're off the court, off the field?
I stay in the house and play my game.
Play your game. What game?
2K, Madden, college football.
Okay.
Hey, I like what you did, putting us in the game, too. I seen that.
He's pointing. So for the radio audience, he's pointing at Jordan here because in College Football 25, you have this option where you can create teams and stuff like that, and Jordan made Huntsville into that ball game. All you have to do, folks, if you have the game, just search Disney Fan JS7, and you can find and download Huntsville right there. Don't ask why he has that username, but, that's good. But, yeah, 2 years ago. All right, there you go. Who's your favorite team to use in college football?
I'm a big Hawaii guy.
Hawaii? We just saw them a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, we did.
Those names still give me nightmares.
Yeah.
What about 2K and Madden?
I play a lot of online, so I play with my creative player.
Okay.
Madden. I just leaned away from Madden.
Okay. It's not as good as it used to be.
Nah.
Yeah, I agree. Favorite subject in school?
English.
English. Okay.
Why English?
I just like learning new things, how to use certain pronouns and personifications and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know why, it just fantasizes me to do stuff like that.
That's awesome. Well, for Carlos and I, it's math.
You sure about that?
No, I'm pretty sure. No.
I was a mass comm major, Brian.
Yeah.
All right, I want to ask you this. I've never asked anybody on this show before, and it came to my mind today, and I was intrigued about it. When y'all are in the weight room, do y'all have like sometimes like a little competition to see who can lift a little bit more, or are y'all just going?
No, I'm not gonna lie. Shallow and Trayshawn, they got that.
They got that?
They got that.
What's the most you can bench? You don't know? Okay.
I'll throw a little 45 on there.
Okay, I got you. What's the message for Hornet Nation as we get ready for this homecoming game on Friday?
Just expect a big game out of all of us. Everybody gonna do their part. Coach Southern said, just do your job. We all do our job. It's gonna be a good outcome.
Absolutely.
You know what, Jabari? I think the sky's the limit for you, man. I mean, I'm excited for you. You had a heck of a game Friday night, breakout game Friday night. Man, you seem like you're headed in the right direction, man. I'm very happy for you.
Absolutely. Jabari, before we let you go, anybody you want to give a shout-out to real quick?
God, my mom, of course, and just the coaches for taking me back.
Absolutely. Well, we're glad you're back in Huntsville and wrecking house with all your teammates, and we're looking forward to Friday.
Me too.
Absolutely. Y'all give it up for Jabari Washington. All right, we will step aside and take a commercial break. We will pivot to the second half of our Players Spotlight. Senior defensive end. We'll welcome back Zach Moss to the show after this on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. You can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes, right here in Huntsville, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Diana and her team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. Just give her a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
How do you give hope to a child in the foster care system? It starts with your heart. That tug you feel on yours when you hear that children are waiting for a stable, loving influence to speak up for their best interests. And then it becomes your time. What started out as a feeling that maybe you could make a difference becomes the difference. Change a child's story. There is a child waiting for a volunteer like you.
Learn how you can help at nationalcasagal.org.
All right, here's my last one. Who's your biggest inspiration and why?
Ricky Bobby. Shake and bake, baby.
I think you're in cahoots over here with Mr. Austin Taylor. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. Okay, I can tell. Ricky Bobby. Well, that does it for me, folks. Y'all have a wonderful week.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show. There's a reason you heard that right there. It's hands down probably the most viral moment we've ever had on this show. And our next guest is the creator of that viral moment. Y'all give it up for senior defensive end Zachary Moss, a.k.a. Ricky Bobby. All right. I'm disappointed you didn't say it. Shake and bake.
Shake and bake, baby.
There you go. There you go. I'm disappointed you didn't wear the jacket, though. You got to complete the ensemble.
I was going to, but I was really going to wear my hat, and then I couldn't find my hat, so I didn't wear it.
There you go. Well, you were it for Halloween, so I saw that. I don't know where we were at, but I saw that, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. All right. So, but that's you, bud. So, Zach, how are you? Senior year, just thoughts on the season so far?
I mean, it's been a good season. I'm here for the long run, so I'm trying to go all the way with it.
There you go. Why not us, right?
Yep.
That's right.
Sure.
How do you feel the defense has performed? You're one of the leaders on that defense. How do you feel like the defense as a whole has performed so far?
I feel like we performed pretty good, but we still have a few things we need to work on to be perfect. You know.
There you go.
Well, what are some of those things?
I mean, doing our job more, not trying to make the play, not necessarily trying to make the play, but doing things to make it go horizontally instead of vertically. That's what our coaches told us, stuff like that.
There you go.
There you go. BA.
So, Zach, on Friday, what was your biggest challenge going up against an elusive quarterback like you went up against Reggie Williams? How was that? That had to have been the fastest player you've played against. So, how was that Friday?
Our coaches were telling us all week, just keep contained. You know, don't let them get outside of you. Make them go in the pocket so our D tackles can do something. And if we went outside the pocket, then we were there.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much our game plan.
Well, I mean, you had a heck of a performance. I mean, you were laying some hits on those guys. And to, Coach Southern's point, y'all contained him very well. Yes. And y'all kept him from getting that edge. And just outstanding job, man.
Absolutely. Where do you feel like you've grown in your last few years on varsity? Where do you feel like you've grown as a player?
I feel like I've been more physical, definitely, and being more physical, I feel like I got a little bit faster. I got a little bit more weight on me, too. So,
That muscle mass, right?
Been
I know
working.
what you're saying. Where do you feel like you've grown off the field? You know, as a man, as a just as a young guy growing up.
Off the field, I feel like, I mean, I've been going to church a lot more. I've been going to Austin like every Wednesday, so I've been growing with Christ too.
Awesome. Good.
And I've been running on track a lot, trying to build my stamina up on the field, so I'm not tired every play. So,
There you go. So you're not tired after? Yeah, that's good. Usually the universal sign is the hands on the hips, and every time I look over there, I was like, you don't have your hands on your hips, so you're doing something right. So keep it up. Coach Smith is your D-line coach, and Coach Del Real as the DC, and of course, where'd he go? Head coach Rodney Southern as well. What do you feel like you've learned from those three men to help you in your career?
They've definitely been pushing me a lot more in practice. They've been on my tail a lot more. I mean, like, they've just been grinding on me and trying to make me the best player I can be.
Absolutely.
You know why they do that, right? To your point, make you the best player you can be because they know what you can do.
Yes, sir.
So that's why they grind on you, man.
Yep. BA?
What is something you want to continue to work on as the season progresses, personally? What do you want to work on with your football talents as the season progresses?
I want to try to get more sacks. I want to try to get more tackles in the backfield, stuff like that. I want to try to help my other D linemen, help them get better too.
That's good. You got a couple of younger guys on that D line that you'll be wanting to leave a legacy for, which we'll talk about in a minute. What's the most exciting part of your day, every day, besides practice? Just because practice is just exciting as ever. But what else is exciting for you?
Probably going to sleep. Probably the best part.
Best part. 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock?
Don't say 9 o'clock.
No, like 11:30 sometimes.
Okay.
There you go.
We'll be on the game.
On the what game? Is it for y'all right now? You're
For
clan,
right now?
if you will.
Hunter Call of the Wild. I've been
Okay.
getting into that more.
Hunter Call of the Wild. I like that.
Hunter Call of the Wild
Okay.
and probably 2K.
2K.
Yeah.
Basketball season is coming back, so that's good. What do you hope to do in the future for a career beyond football?
Beyond football, I kind of wanted to go into the Army.
It's awesome, dude.
I kind of want to go into the Army or after the Army, if I do go into the Army, I might want to be a coach.
Okay.
Or something like that.
So go to college to be able to learn the ins and outs of being a coach.
Yes, sir.
That's good. BA?
So, Zach, what kind of legacy do you hope to leave behind for your younger teammates and future Hornets coming up? Because you know what, being the senior, being the leader out there on the defense, you got these young kids looking up at you. So what kind of legacy do you want to leave?
Probably, like, I don't know, being able to, like, take coaching. Like, because a lot of people don't know how to take coaching nowadays, and, like, they'll get mad and, like, walk off and stuff like that. And I'm like, you just got to be able to take the coaching and lead by example and stuff like that. So.
You know, that's outstanding.
Absolutely.
And you talk about being coachable. If you are coachable, you will be successful.
Sure.
And you've got to be coachable, and it sounds like obviously you are. So that's good stuff, man.
Yes, sir.
Now, I want to talk about this, like your group that I talk about a lot, and because I talk highly of you guys, because at church and on the field, Austin, you, Hunter, Cody, and all those guys. Just, talk about that friendship you guys have been able to forge on the field, and it trickles to off the field. Talk about that.
It kind of comes from, like, off the field to on the field, because every time, like, me and Austin run out of tunnel, we're always, like, getting each other hyped up, shake and bake. That's our little handshake we got coming out of the tunnel and stuff like that. So, we just have a great friendship. That's it.
That's awesome, dude. Any summer plans between high school and the Army or college?
So, I'm going on a cruise.
Ooh.
Where are you going?
Cozumel. Mexico.
I don't see any family members agreeing. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is this something Mom's learning about now?
Yeah. Sorry, man.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but it's all good and fun. All right, you have a message for Hornet Nation as you get ready for this big homecoming game on Friday against Dayton?
I'm going to leave it all on the field, and everybody on D-line, everybody on defense is going to leave it all on the field this game.
It's good, dude. That's good. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Austin Taylor, Hunter, he's not here. My whole family over there in the back corner. Coach Southern, and everybody watching. So.
All right, there you go. Y'all give it up for Zach Moss joining us tonight. Zach, let me tell you, I know the first 2 times you were nervous as a rat in a rat trap, but that time you were fantastic.
Thanks,
sir. Great job.
Thank you.
All right, we'll step aside to take a commercial break or a quick message from our friends at KSAM, and then we will bring on head coach Rodney Southern after this on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show.
When severe weather affects our community, KSAM is here with timely information to help keep you and your family safe. No matter what time of day or night, we'll be here. Severe weather updates are brought to you by Diana K. Barnes State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And 101.7 KSAM.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show. Again, this is your last opportunity to get your name in the hopper here for our giveaways at the end of the show, coming up here in about 15 minutes. So get your names in the hat, and we will draw them here shortly. All right, y'all give it up for Mr. Head Coach Rodney Southern.
Thank you.
Absolutely, Coach. As always, opening statement, big win on Friday against Montgomery, and look forward to this week against Dayton for homecoming.
Yeah, I thought it was big. I thought, just what y'all just talked about. I thought we did a really good job defensively of keeping number 12 in check. I don't think anybody's just going to completely stop him. He's too dynamic and too athletic, but we didn't give up the big, long play, which has been their forte the previous 4 games before us. So I was very proud of that. I was proud of the fact that we opened up offensively a little bit more. Obviously, Jabari had a good night. Austin had a good night. Josh Stanley had a good night. We didn't run the ball as effectively as we wanted to. And, people have got to make a decision now, hopefully, against us. You're either going to crowd the box and stop our run, or you're going to spread it out and open up. And if you do that, hopefully we're effective enough running it, and we were effective throwing it the other night. And I think, sometimes it kind of goes unnoticed. I thought Caleb Kulak was really, really good the other night, especially punting the football and put them in a hole a couple times. I thought we should, obviously we had 1 touchdown call back. We had an opportunity for another one. I think if we get those, the outlook of the game is even more lopsided than it was. They kind of stole the momentum late in the 3rd, early in the 4th, but I was proud of how our kids responded.
B.A.
So, Coach, what was your assessment of how your team handled Reggie Williams last Friday?
Well, I thought we got chances to hit him. They didn't spread the formations as much as I thought or we thought they were. They were a little bit more tight with some of their bunch stuff and their 3 receivers that they kind of stacked together. I think that gave us an advantage because you keep him a little closer to the line of scrimmage. If I were them, I'd spread out and open up and be as wide. I'd put receivers all the way to the sideline and make you defend the whole field. And I was glad they didn't do that. But I thought the opportunities we got to hit him, we hit him. And that's what I told them at the beginning of the week. I said, you got guys like that, especially if they're dynamic, you got to hit them when you get a chance because you're not going to get very many chances. But when you do, you better put your shoulder pads on him.
Coach, you talked about it in the open. Just the passing game was there for you guys on Friday when the run game wasn't going. Now, going into this matchup with Dayton, how big is your running game going to have to be able to come away with a win?
Well, I think we've got to continue to develop both things. I mean, early in the year, I don't know that people were expecting our tight end to be as effective as Jarius has been. I think our O-line's been pretty consistent all 6 games. And obviously Zay being a 14-year-old freshman, you really don't know. You hope he's going to be dynamic. And, and I think we talked about it 2 weeks ago. I think Trayshawn has opened up and seen the field better than he has probably a year ago. And then obviously if Austin plays well, all of those things kind of are complementary. It was good to see Jarius get open and catch balls because he's been such a good run blocker for us. But there's going to come a point in every season, especially once hopefully we get into the postseason and start to play some
teams that we don't know a lot about that are going to be able to line up and physically maybe stop your run game. So we're going to have to be able to throw the football, and we're going to have guys catch it and then make plays after they catch it. That was the most exciting thing for me about Jabari, is him catching the ball and then running after the catch. And, of course, Stanley's touchdown is a simple, shallow route, but he catches it and goes whatever it was, 23, 27 yards for a touchdown. So those kind of things are going to pay off down the road. But you hope, Friday night, hopefully both things are working and we can be a little bit more balanced, if that's the correct word. I mean, I want to score touchdowns. I don't care how.
There you go. Looking at Dayton, I know they've been dealing with injuries on their front. What stands out to you about the Broncos in this matchup?
Well, Jerry Perito's the head coach there, and he was the head coach at Crosby the 2 years that we played them in the second and third rounds of the playoffs. Jerry's a really, really good football coach. I think he inherited a situation that probably needed some adjusting, whatever that was. His son was their starting quarterback the first 3.5 to 4 games. He's a sophomore, and he's a really good football player. He got hurt, and we were told that the other quarterback got hurt Friday night. I don't know what happened. I don't know to what degree all that is, but it's a new staff, new system, new situation, and that's tough, especially when you lose your signal caller early in the year. So that they are fighting and competing. They were actually competing well against Montgomery, and then number 12 got loose. They scored first, went 78 yards against Lake Creek last week, first drive of the game, and Lake Creek just kind of leaned on them after that. They are dealing with some injuries. They're down to about 38 guys on the varsity, which, for 5A Division II is not a lot of numbers. But when you lose 2 quarterbacks, that kind of changes your thinking a little bit.
So, hey, Coach, how will the Broncos stack up defensively against your offense?
Well, the unique thing they're doing defensively is they're truly playing with 5 DBs, and they don't look like 5 DBs. They look like 2 DBs and 3 linebackers. They're safeties, and they've got a kind of a hybrid guy that plays a lot of different things, and he's a big physical kid, and I think he's kind of their run stopper where they need him in terms of formation. So, but they're going to blitz you. They're going to come after us, and they're going, obviously, if we're in the run game, if we can get the perimeter on them, I think we've got numbers that we can get some big plays and some advantages. But the secondary deal is it's a true 3-down lineman scheme, but it's kind of unique because of where they play that guy. And then, obviously, we don't know where they're going to put him. Right. I mean, they may put him on the line of scrimmage. They may make him an outside backer up in the box. They may put him on our running back to try to get that extra guy on the run game, which, if you do that, that may hurt our run, but that also opens up some throwing lanes for some other things. So they've got 3 big D linemen that they rely a lot on because they play the 3 down guys. They're going to play most of the game. So that hopefully we can wear on them as the game goes on because, just like us, we're going to play 8 or 9 D linemen, and to me, that's a big difference.
Coach, you've talked a lot about the depth of this team, but I think it really showed on Friday against Montgomery. You don't have a McCork Norman, so the defensive Jabari Washington gets put into that spot. I have to clarify that. But also towards the middle of that game, Trey Scott gets knocked out of the game with an injury, and then Raylan Brown steps in, makes some good plays, almost had an interception that sealed the game at the end of that one. Yeah. Just talk about that next man up mentality your team has.
I think we're at a point, we dressed 58 guys, which is a big number for us. I think going back to 2018 is the last time we dressed that number, not including, guys we bring up for the playoffs and things like that. So, but we haven't had, knock on wood, a rash of injuries at one position. Bug's always got some issues because Bug leads with his head a lot of times, and to be as little as he is, he's probably one of the most physical people we've got. Good thing is he'll be back. He's finishing up his concussion protocol, so he'll be back with us. we will be, assuming everything happens well this week, we'll be at full strength Friday night, which is good. We need to clean up some stuff, and I'm glad Zach and Jabari mentioned there's still things we can do even better. The ball's been on the ground a couple times that we didn't get it. Trey Scott's fine, so we're going to be in good shape Friday night.
And then, Coach, a couple last things for you. It's homecoming this Friday, the parade the night before, but obviously this ball game you'll see a lot of former Hornets come out to the ball game, maybe even some who haven't seen that new stadium yet. Just some thoughts on this atmosphere you're expecting on Friday.
Well, the big thing for us, and I think we mentioned it last week, this will be only the 6th varsity game that we've played in this stadium. So we're still learning some things. I think people are learning how to manage our stadium in terms of where to park, how to do what you need to do as far as tickets and all the stuff that goes with that. And I think we've also got a group of people. I know we've got some that are on their open week this week that are coming back. We've got some folks that over the next couple weeks, the 1985 team is coming Friday. They're actually going to come see me Saturday, and we're going to tour. I'm going to show them around everything. So it's good to be, where we've got a place that's our own, and it's a great place. Everybody that's been in it, even Port Neches Grove, he called me after the game and just talked about how well they felt their people were treated. And obviously our stadium from a picture, when the lights are on, there's not many better. They may be a lot bigger, and that's okay, but there aren't many better than ours.
Well, you know what, real quick, the class of 85 was the class in front of me. And I've talked to some of them over the weekend. They are very excited. They cannot wait to get the tour and see the new facility. So that's going to be awesome.
Well, and they don't, when you haven't been in a field house, a lot of guys that graduate from high school and don't play in college, well, they hadn't been in a field house in 25 or 30 years.
Right.
And you walk into what we have now, not only is it new, but we take very good care of it, because I feel like as the athletic director and the head coach, that's my number one responsibility. This community entrusted Scott Shepard and our board and me and a lot of other people to take care of things like that. So, I'm going to do everything in my power, but I also want them to see it, because they don't realize what our kids have and the advantage that we now have compared to a lot of teams that we either are playing or could potentially play in the playoffs.
Well, I tell you what, I can promise you the facilities now are night and day for the guys from 85. Coach, last question for you. Keys to the big district win coming up Friday.
Well, I think the biggest thing is we've got to continue to improve offensively. And it's this that old coaching saying, hopefully when they think we're going to run it, we're going to throw it. And when they think we're going to throw it, we're going to run it. And I'd like to see Trayshawn and Zay. Zay's been, the last couple games, he's been probably more of an impact on the kicking game than he has been running the ball. We got to continue to throw the ball and get everybody involved defensively, continue to just put pressure on people. And it's hard to sometimes defensively to put that in a definition or a statistic. But, the big thing that we look at is third down completions or third down percentage. And, we held the last two teams, including P&G. We were really good third down, so that means we're getting off the field. So those are things that we've got to work on, and because we don't know, we don't know which quarterback's going to play. Their running backs had a good year so far, and he's probably been one of the most healthy, but we don't know who's going to be back there with him. So we've got to kind of be prepared for the number one, who's an athletic kid. He was a receiver that they moved to quarterback. So if it's him, we got to be prepared for him. If it's not him, we got to figure out real quick who it is and what is he going to try to do to us. So, but overall, if we continue to play, and we got to continue to get better in the kicking game, and Caleb did a good job the other night getting us out of a hole a couple times, and those three things got to work together Friday.
That's right. Y'all give it up for head coach Rodney Southern joining us tonight. All right, we are running short on time here tonight, so a couple programming notes for you guys. We got the broadcast for you if you cannot make it to the ball game, but hey, come on out. It's going to be a good one. Go to hornetnation.info, click on the tickets tab. They got you covered there. Myself, Brian Adams here in Houston Hardcastle, we will have the call on Friday night. For next week's show, a programming note for y'all. Me and Brian will not be here next Monday, as we will be traveling with Sam Houston to Miami, Florida for a ball game on a Tuesday. Yeah, you heard me, a Tuesday college football game. Yeah. It is what it is. But so we have a special guest that will be as our host, and I'm going to leave that as a surprise coming up for next week. So he is going to do a great job as he fills in next week. All right, time to give away some swag and tickets here tonight. So first, this is the drawing for the T-shirt. I'm going to mix this up here, make sure I'm not cheating. All right, I got a name for the T-shirt. Claudia Tucker is the winner of the T-shirt.
All right.
That is Zach's grandma.
That's awesome.
So come on up. Come on up here, Claudia. We'll get your picture taken. And all right, now for me to draw for the tickets. Man, you got me kind of stuck right here, Tim. All right, for the 2 tickets, 2 seat-back seat tickets to the ball game on Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephanie Pitts. There you go.
Is that rigged, or what are you doing over there, man?
I'm not rigging this, I swear, I'm not. It's just the name's in here. So come on up, get your tickets. Or hey, you can even give it away to friends that you have. There you go. So, all right, that'll do it for us here tonight. On behalf of everyone here at KSAM and the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, thanks for joining us. Again, big ball game on Friday. Homecoming against Dayton. Be there. 7 o'clock kickoff. Get your tickets on hornetnation.info/HT tickets. All right. On the count of 3, ladies and gentlemen, let's let the folks at Dayton know who is going to stomp the Broncos on Friday night. Y'all give a big 1, 2, 3, Sting 'em Hornets. 1, 2, 3.
Sting 'em Hornets.
Good night. God bless. And so long from Chick-fil-A of Huntsville.